as bandits. So everybody will be confused. Who is a bandit? You know, everybody can be a bandit. But some of you cannot sit down and reason through as to why they decided that these Fulani terror headsmen should be called bandits. As soon as they got you to believe that the bandits were carrying out all these attacks, they went to the UN and convinced the UN that the reason why there are all these clashes is because of access to natural resources like water. As I'm talking to you now, that is what is being discussed at the UN. They no longer regard these aggressors as Islamic, jihadi, expansionists. No, they are bandits. And once they are bandits, anybody can be a bandit. That is why this news is not being reported. CNN has been bribed, BBC, Britain is at the helm of it, blocking every news coming out of the zoo. Because it is in their interest to make sure that Nigeria remains one. And with it comes death and destruction as being witnessed in Taraba today. Zainab Mohammed, who is the Fulani Deputy UN Secretary General, is busy at this moment telling the world that their own terrorism, killing and pillaging, genocidal war against everybody else in the zoo called Nigeria is all just about fight for water to give to their cattle. And as everyone would expect, that is the narrative that the world is pushing out to everybody. I don't know how many of you here read the so-called UN report that the problem in the zoo is caused by competition for access to water. That's what they're telling the whole world. And some of you bought into it. Because of the incalculable damage Yoruba media is doing. Yoruba media is as responsible as Fulani fundamentalists. As guilty as them. If anybody is responsible for the death and destruction in Nigeria today, you must hold Yoruba media responsible. That is number one culprits. They support evil. And that evil is in their land. Forget about what they said. The people are saying, we are giving you, how can you give warning to something that is death? Or warning you to leave our land. But I told you, Yoruba, they will come into your land. You will do nothing about it, and they're there today. Everything I say here comes to pass. The world media and the diplomatic community will not discuss the problems in the zoo called Nigeria. Because a majority of Nigerians are hopeless. They cannot reason. They allow themselves to be blinded by their hatred of an Igbo man. That is all. Whilst you're busy focusing on the Igbo man and your hatred for the Igbo man, your villages are being ransacked. You are being torn to pieces. And your ignorance laid bare for the vultures that will come to consume your carcasses to see. That is how sad things are in the zoo. And it's not getting better for anybody. I know there are some people in Edo, as usual, talking nonsense. Of course, some Edo people are very reasonable, I must say that to you. But only just 2 days ago, along Auchi, Igara Road, at about, I think it was in the evening, a Catholic priest, the Reverend Father Isaac Agobi, was abducted by Fulani killers. Some of them in Edo, we are shouting, oh, we'll vote for APC. Let's move to next level change. They are fighting corruption. And I warned you that this was the same rubbish Uthman Danfodio used to conquer Hausa people, that they have come to fight corruption. Some of you don't read history, you don't reason, you cannot even comprehend anything be said to you. Ask yourselves, how did Hausa people lose their land to the Fulani? How did it happen? Uthman Danfodio came as a teacher to teach the children of the Katsina king. The monarch, king, not emir. was employed as an ordinary teacher from Senegal. He came and said he has come as Buhari did, and now Jubril from Sudan. I have come to fight corruption. If you don't kill corruption, corruption will kill you. But they are the most corrupt. Aisha Buhari cannot come to the US because there is a charge of corruption against her relating to the Halliburton bribery scandal. Some of you dumb people don't even know this. You don't know because you're a monkey from Africa, you cannot reason properly. When the white man insults you, you start crying. I don't cry when the white man insults me because I know that some of the things they're saying is correct. In some instances, 100% correct. We are useless to the core. And we are reaping the fruit of that very hopelessness. They were kidnapped in Edo. People are dying. Delta is under siege. All they can say is, oh, we don't want to be part of Biafra. It's because of all the oil, should I say all, I should say about 70% of oil in Biafraland is in Igbo land. Repeatedly I've said it. Although the only resource you need to survive as a human being is your brain, not what is under the ground. But will they reason? Will they listen? I believe that the answer is no. Because we are very, very dumb as a people. I don't feel sorry for myself. I have no time for that. If you don't like the way I preach, the truth will hit you in the face very soon. When you draw your curtain and you look through the window and you see Fulani headsmen outside, then your eyes will clear properly. Right now is like news. I was told that some people in California that said that those back home have not told them that Fulani people are everywhere. Very soon, you wouldn't even have them to tell you because they'll be dead. They'll be killed. That is how foolish that we are sometimes. That people travel abroad, they come to places like the USA, built out of sweat and suffering of generations gone by, especially our ancestors that they took from Biafraland to come here to provide free labor for 200 years, to give them a head start above everybody else. You come instead of you to be concerned about your people. No, you're not. But after the war, Americans rebuilt the economy of Germany, despite the fact that Nazi Germany was the aggressor. This same America rebuilt the economy of Japan, despite the fact that Japan attacked Pearl Harbor first. I want people to try and reason this thing through. Hitler came from Germany. Germany started a war that wrecked the whole of Europe. America got involved. And after that very war, America financed the reconstruction of Europe. Compare the attitude of white Americans that rebuilt Europe, despite the fact that Hitler was the aggressor. Understand this? Compare that with the average reasoning of a black person, especially Biafrans who are in America who are doing very well. The doctors, the nurses, the lawyers, the architects, all the rest of them. This is the difference between a white person and a black person. A white person is always thinking about the welfare of everybody within the racial group. So when, they study these things more than we do, when they study our behavior, they come back and say to themselves that these people are, these are monkeys, they're not human beings. With very good reason as well. With very good reason. How can America rebuild Germany that caused the war, that started the war that killed 6 million Jews? Despite the war and the devastation, the number of deaths, American soldiers that died, the suffering, yet America rebuilt Germany. Germany is a white European country. Whites are in America, whites rebuilt it. Look at your average Igbo doctor in USA. And I'm a guy, why should I go there? What am I going there for? What am I going there for? Why should I remember them? You are not remembering them. You are not concerned about the plight and the suffering of the people back home because you are black. You are evil. That's the only reason why. America will rebuild the economy of Japan. How many of them will come out or step up today to say, I will do something about the suffering of our people? No, they will not do it because they are black. difference between a black person and a white person, as I tell you all the time. Fulani terror headsmen in Mbise. I want Amaka to post that very video. I gave it to her before I came on air. I want you to post the video of Fulani terror headsmen in Mbise, because Imo State will get it very, very soon. We cannot be everywhere. We don't have all the resources in the world. People think that we may be the largest freedom fighting movement in the world, but we are definitely not the richest. We can't fight every battle. We cannot be present in every theater if we don't have the resources to do so. Some of your governors have deceived you once again by claiming they are going to reconstitute Bakassi. They are going to reconstitute Bakassi. Who are those Bakassi? Are they not the same IPOB you're going to recruit to put in Bakassi? And that's why I say today that anybody serving in any Bakassi because of hunger or desperation under Okezi Bazo and their likes, you must know you're working for Fulani people because they will not do anything. Fulani attack in numbers. They are very strategic in their approach. Most of the people commanding them on the ground are ex-military officers or even serving military officers. So in terms of strategy, weaponry, and mastery of the battlefield, they are more better than any group of Aburo that's called Bakassi, that Ibazo or whoever can put together. And Ibazo cannot fight Fulani headsmen. Nyanwodo cannot fight them. Nyanwodo's father was a saboteur during the war. If you don't know, let me tell you. Staunch saboteur during the war. Go and do your research. Okay, see, Ibazo, Buhari got 3% of the vote in 2015. Jubril came, okay, see, Ibazo read the results and paid INEC off and allocated to him 28% of the vote. How do you think that somebody who is beholden to Fulani Caliphate for his office will now rise up and use Bakassi to fight Fulani headsmen? Are you people sick? You cannot reason very well? Are you telling me you cannot reason properly? The same person that Fulani put in office is now going to rise up to create Bakassi to go and fight Fulani. Are you insane? The coordinated persecution of IPOB by Ibazo, Mahiwodo, Biano, and Co. I'm not talking about Aboga Wosa that have disappointed them. You saw how Okura Wosa, that some people, I am shocked. Maybe there are many people in us carrying Fulani gene, carrying Awasa blood. When we were telling you people that this is Okura Wosa, you didn't believe. He was shouting Igbo presidency for nearly 8 years. Just because they withheld the certificate of his rigged election for just a few weeks. Then go in front of him and say, oh, if you want to sit in the Senate, you must denounce your people. Or the people he claims he belongs to. And he duly did and denounced everybody. And they gave him a certificate. And nothing like Igbo president. The same idiot, only a few weeks ago, we are shouting 2023. Do you see how foolish they are? And how foolish some of you that support these governors, do you see how hopeless and useless you are? If only you will realize it. After all, some of you have Awusa blood in you. Coordinated persecution. Before the Fulani launched their headsmen attack, they knew that IPOB was the only obstacle. What did they do? They started to work on your governors. If you want to be elected, you must to help us to destroy IPOB. If you want money, you must help us destroy IPOB. If you want influence and relevance, please help us destroy IPOB. After a while, they blackmailed them with the quick notice. They all turned against me and against IPOB. They didn't know that Fulani were doing it to pave the way for this massive incursion into the south that some Yoruba commentators are now complaining about and crying over lack of unity. But when I was in the zoo, there was nothing like Fulani headsman attack. I was in prison, they were doing it. I came out, they stopped. All they did was to conspire with the so-called governors and some idiots from elsewhere to persecute IPOB into oblivion, but they can't succeed. We are still working very strong, still fighting, with almost 2 hands tied behind our back. We are still fighting the enemy, because without us, our land will be overrun. I'm sure that the video is up now on my page, official page, of course. You know, I also Fulani cloned my page. They put it everywhere to disseminate falsehood. But on the official page, you will see it there. This very video of Fulani men in Mbise. Because there are Mbise people in America. Is that not correct?
Well, yes.
Are Mbise in America?
Yes.
Show a target to every Mbise friend you have in the USA I'm in, so they can see it. What is wrong with black people? That we never learn anything at all. We never learn. We never learn. There are Mbise people in America. Ask them to join IPOB. They give you 1 million excuses as to why they can't. But I don't know who's going to fight the Fulani now in their villages. They expect IPOB. I'm sure when I go to Houston, they'll ask me, what is IPOB doing about it? That's what they'll ask me. There is disaster everywhere. They took your learning from you, you've not learned anything. They took the entire Kwara state they took from you, you have not learned anything. Now they will come. They will take everything, including Ikoyi, and then your eyes will open to know that envy never pays. Jealousy towards the Igbo people will never pay at all, at all. According to what they are saying, 98% of Yoruba land is now occupied by the Fulanis. They were planning to hurt the Igbo man. You know, their jealousy is excruciatingly unbearable. They want to hurt an Igbo man. If it means, if Fulani being in power for 1,000 years means that an Igbo man will not rise up, Yoruba is happy with it. Yoruba is happy with it. And Yoruba media will write whatever nonsense they can to justify it. Today they are suffering in silence. You know, shame won't allow even some of them to carry it. But some did. They planned to hurt we Biafrans, but ended up hurting themselves. And now they are saying we'll retaliate if herdsmen don't stop violence. You know, people talk like children. We will if you don't stop. Yoruba is gone. Gone for good. And this is the type of damnable zoo that they want us to belong to. This is the type of country they want us to partake in, and we will not do so. Is it the disgrace or the shame of INEC that sometimes I wonder the caliber of people that offer commentary on all these issues in the zoo? If you come from outer space and you are an impartial observer of what is happening in the world, and you are asked to advise God on what to do, believe you me, you will ask God to destroy Africa because of our level of hopelessness. 1 minute INEC had server, the next minute they don't. And I kept asking Jonathan when he appointed Jega in those days, how do you think a Fulani man will deliver victory for you or be fair? Fulani doesn't have fairness in their lexicon. It's not in their nomenclature. It's not in their thinking. It's not in their reasoning. All they care about is to move cattle and to spread their very primitive form of Islam. That's all they do. And after Jega, they brought in another person. Is it Yakubu Muhammad or whatever he's called? And you want justice and fairness. I think you're insane. But Yoruba, because Tinubu wants to go as president in 2023, they, of course, anything can go. As long as it's against Biafrans, as long as the Igbo man is hurting, the Yoruba is laughing. And they say that what we say sometimes drive a wedge between our people. Of course not. I'm just telling you the truth. That you may repent. I am praying for the repentance of the soul of the Yoruba race. That they may repent from within and be consistent. And we'll give them oil and gas for free. We're not doing anything with it. If you don't trust us, we can hand it over to UN. UN can supervise the distribution of oil and gas found in our land. We're not doing anything. We just want to be free. It's not about oil and gas. It's about freedom. That's something you must know. Jega came and now saying, oh, we knew nothing about it. But you used the server during Anambra election, during Osun election. Now, if you claim there is no server, you're not using it, how did you accredit people to even vote? How do you know who is a voter and who is not? Is it not when you put your thumb on the what's that stupid machine called? Card reader. Card reader. Card reader must talk to server somewhere and then come back. It's common sense. Because we don't build computers in Africa, so we don't know. That's how dumb we are. We should stop disgracing ourselves before the world. Our ignorance is just becoming too embarrassing, even for those that claim that they are educated. And you know what the UN said? Nigeria may likely experience a third world war if care is not taken. And remember when I told you that, you see Somalia will be, people will be asking for visa to go to Somalia. When I say something, write it down. On a piece of paper, write it down what I said. Today is 17th, is that correct? Or 18th of June? 18th of June, 2019. Write it down. You people will be looking for visa to go to Somalia. The same way you are trekking now to go to war-ravaged and unstable Libya. Because you have no shame. When the problem was coming, you failed to address it. Typical black people. You see problem coming, you won't address it. What concerns you is the fear that the other man may rise up above you. And that is one thing that our Sabo, those of them that claim they are Biafrans or they are Igbo nationalists, they have in common with the Yoruba. The envy and jealousy towards the success that IPOB continues to record has somehow made them oblivious to the challenges confronting them. That's what they have done. Something with Yoruba. There's no difference between a useless Igbo man and a Yoruba person. There are things, and I'm not saying all Yorubas think alike. No, there are very good men amongst them. What we want is consistency. Not today you're hot, tomorrow you're cold. I can't fathom it. I can't deal with such people. Consistency. We are against Nigeria and will continue to be against Nigeria until the zoo falls eventually. If you ask them, oh no, nothing is happening. Why don't you give them secretary to the government? And after that, then everything will be okay. Because you don't want to acknowledge that light can only come through IPOB. So the only way you can register your jealousy and your envy is by saying, let them give us secretary to government. Now you understand what I'm saying. Because sometimes I feel sorry for people because they cannot begin to comprehend what is confronting them. If you plan to hurt us, you end up hurting yourself, of course. The mess happening in Nigeria today is the fault of the Yoruba political class and their media. They cost everything. Even the INEC server, they cost everything. Instead of a journalist in the zoo to do an investigation and write an independent report to say, Mr. INEC, you said there was a server. Today you're saying you are now deposing before a court of law that you had no server. You are lying. You know the way papers will do in America? They have an opinion on Trump and they write it. Or they will say, PDP said, a chieftain said, that person said, they cannot investigate. To write objectively as to at least educate the people know. That is what happens when cowards manage the media. Cowards shouldn't run media anywhere in the world. That is what is happening now in the zoo. Their neutralization of IPOB has not worked. And it will never work. The same way that I said to them that, I don't know, I think people should be keeping a record of the things that I said in the past, or at least the broadcast where I announced them. I remember saying a while ago to my deputy that Britain will be taken over by Islam. We were in the studio and he was visibly shaking. He said, how can you say that? Don't. I said, I am under divine instruction to say it and it will happen. And today, do you know that police women in England is now wearing hijab? Do you know know that Scotland Yard, they designed hijab for hijab police in London. Everything I tell you is the truth. Because when I get this message, I give to the living. That's all I do. That's all I do. Now I ask myself when I say this, if everything I predicted always come to pass, everything I say, every prophecy fulfilled, why is it that people doubt when I tell them that Biafra will come? Because it is illogical for somebody to say that Biafra will not come when the person proclaiming it, everything he's ever said in the past, even things that at that time seemed impossible, but it finally happened. Why won't you believe when I tell you that Biafra will come? Because I have never been more sure of anything in my life that Biafra will come. It's hard work, of course. We are working very hard. It is difficult. It is very arduous, but of course we will overcome everything. And Biafra will come. And then all those who are doing their big sense will know how serious we are. Because if our people here in America cannot help this very cause of Biafra, if they fail to do something, then they don't deserve to partake nor participate in any future Biafra nation. That is a fact of life. Because when Elohim Chukwukika Biama put word in my mouth that I should warn Nigerians that Somalia will be better than them if they refuse to let Biafra go, people laughed at me. I remember I said that when I granted an interview to Sahara Reporters. Is that correct? In New York. What is happening today? And Nigeria is slowly sliding towards a status that will place it beneath Somalia. They're experiencing hell already. That is why I advise you this morning, regardless of where you are in the USA, if you're in Texas and beyond, or Florida, all that part of the world, then we expect to see you in Houston. I answer every question. There is no space or room for gossip. And for those of you who cannot make it to Houston, I will be in Chicago and then from there to New York. At each of these events, all your doubts will be cleared, and you will be renewed with a new sense of pride and patriotism in Biafra and what we are trying to accomplish. Because Biafra belongs to everybody, and this very mission is divine. No mortal can stop it, not even myself. It is unstoppable, quite literally unstoppable. My advice to you this very morning from Los Angeles, California, and evening in Biafraland, is to join the nearest IPOB family close to you. You may choose not to become visible. You may choose to also support from behind the scenes. We welcome every layer of engagement as long as it drives us towards one inescapable outcome, which is Biafra liberation. If there is no Biafra family where you are, IPOB to be precise, start one yourself immediately. Doesn't matter where you are in the world. Start one immediately. Because we shall overcome our enemies, and Biafra will come in the end to the glory of the Most High, Chukwuka Biama, Biniwe. And from me, from here, this very morning, it is good morning.
our leader indeed. He is the spokesperson for all Biafrans. IPOB is being given the mantle to lead us to our freedom. And here is coming our leader, Ahmadike. Brothers and sisters, here is our spring leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You know his value to us. We've asked you to do certain things. Please oblige. Thank you.
Yes, forever.
IPOB. 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 One family. One family. One family. I thank each and every one of you for coming to this very historic venue today. Today is a very special day for we Biafrans all over the world. In Biafraland today, the order to sit at home was obeyed by our people. But before I go any further, I must tell everybody here that I brought my wife with me.
We love you forever.
And I also brought my little one with me. Who was born when I was in prison.
Wonderful.
On a day like this, in this very historic place, we must do the needful. We must do that which is right before man and before God in heaven.
Yes. Forever.
For that very reason, we must pray.
Yes. Yes.
Because we are at the Martin Luther King Jr. Center. A man of conviction, a man of character, a man of destiny, and as the destiny of the black populations, we are changing this country. On this very day we proclaim, so shall the destiny of Biafra be changed forever and ever.
So shall it be.
This morning around 1 a.m. because we have not been able to sleep, I did a broadcast to our people back home to energize them, to infuse them, to prepare them for this very holy day. And I started that by saying that Biafra is not an Igbo affair.
Never.
Biafra encompasses all the distinct nationalities in the eastern part of that damnable zoological republic, created without our consent, created without our input, and on this very day we reaffirm that that very bond of slavery, that very bond of oppression has been broken forever and ever.
So shall it be.
Some people think we are joking, but we are not.
Never.
Some people think our resolve can be weakened, but they are mistaken.
Yes.
Because this very mission to restore Biafra is unstoppable.
Yes.
The same way that the freedom in this very country for black African people was made possible. Yes. So shall our proclamation this very day make it possible for Biafra to be restored. Yes. Where is the east? Where is the sun? Because we must face the east to pray. Yes. We are children of the rising sun. In Biafraland will light come into Africa. In Biafraland will the impossible become possible. That is why our enemies have conspired with the forces of darkness to hold us down against our will. That is why they are gathering all over the world to try to subjugate that which is right. That is why they are doing all they can to repress this very irrepressible movement. That is why, by the grace of Elohim, they can never ever succeed in all their undertaking. Chineke na nke pụrụ m ihe niile, onye kere eluigwe n'ụwa, onye ọ bụ naanị ya na-achị, n'ihi na anyị ga-ekpere gị ekpere n'olu asụsụ eluigwe. Ka ndị dị ndụ ma ndị nwụrụ anwụ wee nụ ya, n'ihi na ọ bụ naanị gị bụ onye anyị na-efe. Chineke nna nke usu niile nke ndị agha, n'obodo a kpọrọ ụmụ gị wee bata n'abụghị uche obi ha, ka ha wee wuru odibo wee nye mba ọzọ. Iwe site na amara gị na ebere ha wee kpọlite ha. Otu aka aka anyị si wee na-echeta ndị lara azụ n'ụbọchị nke taa, ndị lụrụ anya ọgụ wee daa, ndị kwafuru ọbara ha ka anyị onwe anyị wee dị ndụ ala nke ndị dị ndụ. Anyị wee na-aja gị mma wee na-eto gị Chineke nna nke ebube dị nsọ, Chineke nna nke Biafra, Chineke nna nke IPOB. Ka ịma mma gị wee zuo oke n'ime ndụ anyị, ka ị wee nara mkpụrụ obi ha n'udo, bụ ka ha rabụ ndị dara ka anyị wee dị ndụ. Ka ịhụnanya gị wee mụbaa n'ime anyị n'otu n'otu, ka ị wee gọzie anyị na anyị si wee gbakọọ n'ebe a, ka ịhụnanya gị wee bute ihe, ka otuto na nsọpụrụ wee dịrị gị, onye na-eme mma, onye ọ bụ naanị ya ga-enye anyị Biafra site n'ebighị ebi ma ruo n'ebighị ebi ka anyị na-arịọ gị. I thank all of you for being here today.
Thank you, darling. Thank you.
There are those who couldn't come, we understand that. But those of you that took time off work, that got up from your sick beds, that cancelled every engagement today to be here, to remember the souls of our dear departed, those that fought and died for us. We shall honor them, not just today, but as long as there is any child born of Biafra heritage anywhere in the world, we must remember those that fought and died for us. Yes. For this very singular reason is why IPOB is unstoppable, because we know what is right and we do it consistently well. We are not ever going to retreat. We will not surrender nor abdicate our responsibility to those of them that fought and died for us. There are those who worry about the possibility of our restoration effort. There are those who conspire with the enemies to try to take this very movement down. But we assure them on this very day that the same way there was 100% compliance back in the Holy Land of Biafra, so shall the restoration of Biafra be assured. There are things that we do not know, things that I'm not at liberty to say in public. But I want to give you one assurance, and that assurance is this: that Biafra will be restored in our time.
Yes.
Those who died for us, we remember. Those who sacrificed themselves for that we may live, we remember. Those that fell not through any fault of theirs, we remember. Those who are incarcerated in the detention centers, in the zoo, we remember them. We honor those that fell at Mpo. We remember those that fell at Aba. We remember those that fell at Asaba. Those that they killed in Onisha. Those of them that died in Enugu. Those that they slaughtered in Owerri. All of them we shall honor. And for their sake, Biafra will be restored. That is why we will not stop. The enemies underestimate our resolve. They do not know how determined we are. But here in the United States of America, are we making this proclamation that Biafra is here, that IPOB is present, and Chukokika Biama must hear our prayers. Our hands are clean.
Yes.
Our conscience very clear.
Yes.
We have not done anything to anybody.
Yes.
We are not seeking for something that doesn't belong to us.
Yes.
The land of Biafra is our own.
Yes.
We have not ceded it to anybody.
Yes.
Colonization and Islamization has no place in Biafraland.
Forever.
326 years ago, the same army of Islam came to the land of Biafra. They tried to come into the land preserved for the children of the Most High. Chukwokika Biama destroyed them.
Yes.
And as it happened 300 years ago, so shall it happen in 2019.
Yes.
So shall it happen in 2020.
Yes.
So shall it happen in 2021.
Yes.
And so shall it be forever and ever.
Yes.
Some of us do not know what is happening back home right now and what we are being forced to endure. The same things I've been preaching to you and telling you for over 6 years is coming to fruition. There is nothing that I say that will not come to pass. The whole world can bear us witness.
Yes.
Even the Yorubas now understand it.
Yes.
Those who were once against IPOB,
They must.
they now understand it. They are beginning to confess. They are beginning to say that that very thing that IPOB saw and have been talking about is now happening before their very eyes.
And now, truth. Onere. Truth is power. Always.
N'ihi na ọwa na-agwọ. Eluigwe zi anyị ozi anyị zie ndị dị ndụ. That is why we are under divine instruction to speak the truth always.
Always.
Ndị okwu asị ga na-asị asị, ndị mgbụgba ga na-agba.
Yes.
Kama na eziokwu Chineke ka dịrịrị.
Forever.
And because of that very truth, that is why IPOB is here in the USA, gathered here today to pay respect to those of them that died for us.
Yes.
The same way that Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. fought and died, that African Americans may have a better life.
Yes.
And because we are here, we also remember him and all those that have fought and stood for freedom. The same way that this IPOB is standing here today to proclaim that the freedom we seek, that the freedom we yearn for, that the freedom that we deserve, the freedom that we merit must come in our time. that our children may know, that their children may know, that this very noble family, this same IPOB that fought against every odd to make sure that Biafra is restored, is seen to the glory of Chukwokika Biama in our lives forever and ever. Anya anaghị ezu oshi, anya anaghị agba ama, anya anaghị agara ndị Fulani ozi, anya anaghị eme anụta kara ndị iro.
Never.
The world must oblige me because I grew up in the village. The reason why sometimes when I preach this very gospel, I delve into the sacred language of heaven. Because if you go to heaven right now, even the angels are speaking Igbo.
Yes, yes. Ezioku Bundu, one of Biafra.
Because we are ancient people.
Yes.
The very first to inhabit this very earth. It is our language that heaven understands. That is why we preach in it. That is why you cannot lie with it.
Yes. Ezioku Bundu.
That is why Biafra will be restored upon it. There are those of them in some parts of the United States of America that still harbor some doubt because they don't understand the divine message behind what IPOB is doing.
Yes.
And until you are in it, under the sacred oath, you will never ever comprehend it nor understand it.
Yes. That's right. Ezioku Bundu.
There was a time when they said our people were ungovernable. There was a time when they said we cannot speak with one voice. There was a time when they said Biafra is impossible to attain. But today, only on one command, everything in Biafraland kept a standstill.
Ezioku Bundu, one of Biafra.
And we did not bribe anybody. No. We did not compel anybody.
Our Savior.
Because the truth was preached.
Always.
Yes. And this trust was established. The trust that made all of you to leave your homes to come here today, that very trust shall endure.
Forever.
And as I always say, I made this proclamation before you, which I have done countless times, that I will not let you down.
Machineke. Ezioku Bundu, one of Biafraland.
We will never let you down.
We will continue to sacrifice everything sacrificable. It doesn't matter what it is. You see, if it stands in the way of Biafra restoration, I will sacrifice it. Yes, sir. They came to kill me. They did not succeed because they will never succeed.
Never, never.
Because Chukwokika Biama sent me on an errand and I must complete it.
Amen.
That errand is very simple.
Amen.
To restore Biafra for the living. That his name may be worshipped in the land of Biafra. Not just today, not just tomorrow, not next week and not next month, not just next year, but that the name of Elohim, Chukwokika Biama will be worshipped in the land of Biafra.
Forever.
From generation to generation,
Forever.
from family to family, from child to child, from blood to blood, forever and ever.
Ezioku Bundu, one.
Gotta go.
Ndị awe ga Sudan.
You will leave us. You will leave us.
Ha gara Sudan ga-akpọta nwoke nwụrụ anwụ.
Arụ. Nnukwute arụ. Arụ ka arụ.
And when the other people were afraid to speak speak the truth. This same IPOB, this same Radio Biafra, this same children of Biafra spoke the truth and told the world that Aminu Jubril al-Sudani is not a Nigerian and can never be. That Buhari is dead. We said it. Most of you did not believe us.
We believe you now.
You said it before. You said it before.
Not now.
Opposite of before is now. Is that not true?
Everything I say is the truth.
Yes.
Abiyama will always vindicate me.
Amen. Amen.
We are not afraid of speaking the truth.
Yes.
Regardless of the consequences.
Yes.
When I said it, that they will come into our land to enslave us, some of you did not believe me. When I said they will kill us, abduct our daughters and rape our mothers, most of you did not believe me.
Yes.
But is it happening today?
Yes.
I also told this very noble family that as long as you serve the zoo, you will come back in disgrace.
Yes.
You have been saying it forever.
And today is the something not happening to Korabusa. There are those that derive joy in serving Fulani.
Yes.
There are those that derive joy in fighting IPOB.
Yes.
That is fighting to liberate them.
Yes.
But there is one thing that is certain. Not only will they fail, not only will they come back in disgrace, they will also be rejected by the land of Biafra.
Forever and ever. Forever and ever.
We are in the United States of America. I have not come alone. As I said, my wife is here. We are in the United States of America. If you have any question, if you have any doubt, if you have anything bothering you, I am here. You will ask me and I will answer you.
You are the spirit in human flesh.
Yes.
Spirit in human flesh. That's what you are.
We believe no question. Onye nzọpụta Biafra. Eziokwu bụ ndụ.
The only thing that they have against me is that I am unbribable. They cannot buy my conscience. They cannot buy me. There is nothing they will do to me. Not today, not tomorrow. That will make me to abandon Biafra.
He said forever. Trust me.
When we start to remember our heroes that have passed on, they said we are wasting our time, that we will never succeed, it will never catch on. But they keep forgetting one simple thing, that the foundations of IPOB was anchored on the promise of Chukwukika Biama.
Yes.
That this very noble family, this very great movement was not instigated nor started by any human being. It is the handiwork of Chukwukika Biama. And that is why we remain indestructible. That is why we remain indivisible. That is why nobody, no matter who you are, can dent our resolve and our determination to restore Biafra in this life.
Forever and ever.
Man from the heavens.
Jealous man.
Man from the heavens.
Onye nzọpụta anyị.
Anyị wee na-agbasa ozi ọma Chineke. Okezi ikpeazụ Willie Obiano, Dave Umahi, Ifeanyi These are the people that the Fulanese gave to you to rule over you.
Oh my God.
They started it with Ohanese in 1976.
You'll never be well with them.
Every leader you have had until the coming of IPOB, anybody who's ever stood up to proclaim the defense of our people, we are planted there by the Fulani North. But you wouldn't know. That is why when they close down Iguacha seaports, they will not speak. That is why when they close Enugu airports, you don't hear anybody saying anything.
Yes.
That is why Calabar seaport is not functioning. That is why Warri seaport is not opened. That is why we are being forced to travel abroad. That is why no industries are opened in our land. Because they have an agenda. They have a plan. They want to depopulate our land. They want to demoralize us. They want to decimate us. They want to render us hopeless and useless.
God forbid. Abomination forever.
But IPOB said no. Chukwokika Biama that set up IPOB said no. And that is why we must remain resolute and determined. That is why we must not falter.
Yes.
Doubt, nor allow our resolve to be undermined.
Yes.
We must remain resolute.
Yes.
We must remain determined.
Yes.
Because one thing is certain. As night follows day, so shall Biafra be restored.
Yes.
Therefore I say unto all of you gathered here today, that the forces fighting IPOB is many. Those that want us to fail are more powerful than we are. They are more resourceful than we are. They have more money than we do. And they are determined to keep us as their slaves. But it will never happen. Those chains of bondage and of slavery has been broken by IPOB.
Forever.
That
Through
is
this
why
life,
Biafra will come. And that is why the events happening here today in Atlanta, Georgia, United States of America, we will all sit back home to talk about it.
Yes. Amen.
We will all sit in the land of Biafra to talk about days like this.
Yes.
We shall sit in the land of Biafra to tell our children what we passed through.
Yes. It's painful, man.
Because the doubting Thomases will come.
Always.
You know, for the name hand, there was a three hand balocharon.
I get separated for very soon.
They will never stop fighting us. And as long as we remain determined and focused, there is no way they will ever succeed.
Never.
If you stop now agitating for Biafra, no stopping up. Those you left back home will die.
Yes. Truth.
I know you have not come with your pen and paper because I'm not on air.
We do.
I want you to write it down on a piece of paper. If you stop what you're doing, our people will die.
Yes.
Because when it starts happening, I will tell you, on the 30th of May 2019 at Martin Luther King Jr. Center in Atlanta, I told you so.
Yes.
Spirit in human.
If you stop now, your children will never go home.
God forbid.
If you stop now, the effort and the sacrifice of our dead will be in vain. For their sake, we will restore Biafra.
Yes.
For their sake, Biafra will stand in Africa.
Yes.
For the sake of the dead, we will build a civilization to surpass every other civilization in Africa.
Yes.
And that is what our enemies are afraid of.
Yes.
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 Yeah.
Especially the British.
Because they don't want a black man to do that thing that is the exclusive preserve of the white man.
Yes. Yes.
But we are not afraid of competition, are we?
Never. Never. No.
We are not seeking for Biafra that we may lord it over anybody else.
Never.
We are not seeking for Biafra to enslave any other person.
Never.
We are not looking for Biafra
Never.
for the sake of it. We are looking for Biafra because it is the promise of God himself in heaven.
Truth is life.
Nobody conquered us until the British came.
Yes.
And it is not that the British conquered Biafra.
Never.
Chukwu Abiyama wanted to teach us a lesson that we may return to him.
Yes.
In truth and in every honesty.
Yes.
That his will may be done upon our lives.
Yes.
We failed in 1970 because that very foundation of divinity was missing.
Yes.
That's all.
Yeah. Right.
And Elohim said, I will take you up to the mountain. I will show you that very precious land of Biafra. Through our leader that we remember today. The very people's general himself. That wherever, because we are certain that he is in heaven.
Yes. Yes.
On the right hand side of God.
Yes.
Some of you don't know what he did. But we know. And we will always honor him.
Always.
Yeah.
Forever.
Always.
As they say, what we do in life echo in history.
Yes.
What Ojukwu has accomplished in life will be remembered forever.
Amen.
I say unto all of you today, you will go back to your various states, to your various cities, to your various towns. You will tell them that IPOB has come to stay. That IPOB, by the grace of God in heaven, will restore Biafra. That this same IPOB, persecuted and maligned, castigated and propagated against, that this very movement ordained in heaven for the purposes of liberation of Biafraland shall accomplish its mandate. That is why you are all here. Nothing more, nothing less. Therefore, I ask the Almighty in heaven, because you have no beginning and you have no end.
Yes.
Therefore, this very solemn assembly to remember those that fought and died for us all over the world, starting from Japan in the east and will end in Los Angeles, California, later on today. That their spirit, oh Heavenly Father, may be accepted unto heaven, because they died fighting for a noble cause. They died doing that which you compelled them to do. And because of their sacrifice, because of their pain, because of our loss upon their lives, oh Heavenly Father, so will Biafra be restored, not to the glory of man, but to the glory of Chukwu Abiyama Benigwe, forever and ever we pray. IPOB! One family! IPOB! One family! IPOB! One family! One family! IPOB! One family! IPOB! One family!
Come on, this is one of Biafra. Holy, Nnamdi Kanu is our Savior. Holy, Why you delay? Come and save your nation. Why you delay? Come and save your nation. Why you delay? Come and save your nation. Oh, Biafra, why you delay? Why you delay? My father, don't you worry. My mother, don't you worry. If I want to die in the battlefield, never mind, we shall sing again. I hear my kind of way. I hear my kind of way. And I go on it. I hear my kind of way. I hear my kind of way. And I go on it. Yes.
Hey, thank you very much.
Rebecca Ulusi. Biafra. Rebecca Ulusi. Biafra. Anyamarapu Biafra. Gamebosa Gabiri. Anyamarapu Biafra. Gamebosa Gabiri. Biafra Gadendo. Jigere kwenu na yeye.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. You've heard your leader, your supreme leader. He's delivered the message to you. Let me point it. He delivered the message to us. Thank you. As I told you, I'm here to serve and I'm here to learn. He has given us the necessary information. One, we will never give up. Two, Biafra is ours.
Yes. Forever.
One, we will never give up.
Yes.
Two, Biafra is ours.
Yes.
The program we have at hand is we now go through the remainder of things we have to do. We have selected some readers to read the prayer and the names of these heroes we were talking about.
All right. Welcome to the studio. And I'm here. I'm told to be this community now, right? For a special program.
Yes, I've been here for a couple of days.
Okay.
We had our Heroes Day Remembrance on the 30th here out in Atlanta at the Martin Luther King Jr. Center. An event well attended by people, or by Biafrans, right across the United States of America.
All right. Now, can you use